The recent chaos in ICE deportation and detentions has been marked by protests, arrests, killing of U.S. citizens, violations of civil rights, videotapes, legal challenges, violations of court orders, and disruption of communities across the U.S. The question we seek to answer today is, are you willing to sacrifice American communities for removing illegal aliens? Watch out. Here we come. Brothas Crossing. Come walk with us. Good day. Welcome, family. Welcome, Koiska. Welcome to the Brothas Crossing. We are back for season 2. So please like, follow, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel at DFN Inc. Still here with my brothers. I am Roro, here with Nando and Cub. Let's get to the topic and the Brothers Cross examination. Cub, you got the conservative take. Let's hear it.
Well, it's quite simple, gentlemen. Congress of the United States has failed us for decades on immigration reform. The U.S. needs to inform its immigration laws just like any other country. You can't have people just pouring across your borders unchecked and in our communities, dealing drugs, committing crimes. That's the long and short of it. Prove me wrong.
So let me go. Let me take him on now.
Bring
Listen.
it.
All right.
Hold on. Before you do that, before you take him on, he really didn't bring the gusto on that one. It was kind of like a flaming hot Cheeto without the flaming. So yes, I think you need to hit him back harder than ever. Go ahead.
So first off, what do you consider a crime that's worthy of deportation?
Well, a
You
crime
mean like he jaywalked or hanging out on the corner?
God, you and your cosmopolitan attitude towards illegal immigration is appalling. Let me tell you, if you are in this country illegally, you did not come through a port of entry to seek asylum or whatever. You came running through the deserts, come into our community. If you've committed a crime, whether it be a violent crime, you've overstayed your visa, all of that, especially if you overstayed your visa, you've already told us right away, you're not going to be a good model to be a U.S. citizen. Out you go.
Jeez.
You know, I've got plenty of statistics here.
I'm sure you do, but I want to know, because you made the statement. You said that they violated, they make a crime, they got to be out. So I don't know. Well, my problem is, okay, we don't like murderers. We don't like rapists. I don't like rapists, murderers, or where they come from. If I could deport murderer, rapists, U.S. citizens, I would. But we don't like that, so it's crime, right? What you doing, and this is on the conservative side, you're just following the company line, like, hello, welcome to Good Burger, the home of the Good Burger.
Well,
you're just following the line, dude. You're walking the trail. None of us like crime. That's a generic statement.
Well, I mean, coming into the country illegally is a crime in and of itself. Yes or no?
Civil penalty.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right.
Civil penalty.
Thank you. 1 for me, 0 for you. The next item is those people that are coming across here illegally. You know, if you didn't come through a port of entry, then you forfeit your right to be able to become a U.S. citizen, to have legal status in any way.
Cub, let me ask you.
Prove me wrong. Why am I wrong?
No.
Why am I wrong?
I'm just going to ask you a question. The last time you went grocery shopping, how much was of like an apple or an avocado or strawberries? Do you remember at all?
Do the shopping. I couldn't answer that question.
Okay. It wasn't that expensive because some of the illegal aliens that do come over are productive people of our society. They're doing jobs that Americans, Black, white, Puerto Rican, or Asian, would not do. So because of the work that they're doing by picking our fruit as an example, and guess what? They get paid money for it. They pay their taxes. They stay out of trouble. So to me, if they're contributing to our society economically and socially, then they, because they've been paying taxes, and their kids should have a chance to stay because they're doing it the best right way they can. Because if they weren't here, that same, since you don't shop, that same thing as strawberries, bananas and fruit would be over $30.
Stop it. You're talking to someone that's lived in a border community that was surrounded by agriculture in Southwest Arizona. And those people that you are talking about,
Yes.
the majority of them live in Mexico. They have work authorization, agricultural work authorization to come in and do the job that you're talking about. And then they go back across the border.
What they
Great.
supposed
They're
are they supposed
performing a task that they're getting paid for.
right.
They come over, they do the task that you're talking about, and then they go back home. That's all in California and Arizona and Texas. I'm talking about people, not those people. I'm talking about people that just cross the border and come in. Those aren't the people out in the agricultural fields. These are people that are just in the community, living in the shadows, and then working under the table for cash because they don't want to live in the country they came for. What happened in their country is not our problem. Let them reform their own countries.
Listen,
Tell me
you
prove me wrong.
you
Well, you're not.
are way wrong. Like, first off, I just think you started your premise like crime. The initial crime is that you came in, right? All right. So there's people that come in and they overstay their visas. They didn't come with initial crime, but then there was a crime. Is that enough to kick somebody out of the country? I'm asking you.
Yes.
Your Mr. Good Burger company line, like, yeah, that's it. You know, whatever crime you did, you got to get out of here. Like, stop. And nobody's looking at that. That's very
Well, let me give you
Mortimer.
some numbers
That's
there,
that's Mortimer
Mr.
Duke of
Mr.
you. That's very Mortimer
Mr. and
Duke of you.
Mr. and Mrs. Goody Two Shoes over there. Uh, and this is fiscal year 2024. Okay, these are just the cases that were reported. You got almost 62,000 cases. 88% of those cases, they were illegal aliens. 66% were from Mexico, and the rest down from there. The most of what they were sentenced for, just over 72% was for immigration. 17.6% was for drug trafficking. Hello.
Okay.
3.1% fraud, 1.8% money laundering, and firearms at 1.7%.
Listen, I like your electric company numbers, but I think where we're going, I would say communities are disrupted. Whether you're saying, oh, this is it's a crime, technically a crime. Who's determining? Is ICE determining that you violated? You got a crime. The other part where I feel like you're like, I agree with you. Like, if you did a serious crime and truthfully, then you shouldn't be here. But if you start
And you want to wait till only that moment?
that I'm
You
splitting
want
that
to
I'm
wait
not
till
s
that
I'm
happens?
splitting that hairs because here's the thing, the way they're going about it's always about the how you execute that thesis that you just had. That thesis of like everybody have a crime, get out. The thesis is you start doing dragnets. They're operating with dragnets. Like remember Joe Friday dragnet? They're dragnetting. If you look historically, it'll go back to the stop and frisk days in the 50s, 60s, and 70s when they used to do that to a different culture that I'm not gonna highlight, but Nando and I probably are part of. I'm saying they used to do it like, okay, where you work? Where's your ID? Why you sitting on this corner? Why you doing that? Da da da. Are you committing crime? Somebody look like you is committing a crime. It's that whole dragnet concept to me that loses your effectiveness of your argument. And that's the
Well,
part where I'm like,
let me tell you something. And these are numbers as of the middle of January of this year. You know, they had 73,000 people in custody. 47% of those had criminal charges or convictions in the US. I mean, what are we talking about here? I
How
mean,
many
you
percent?
47% of the
convictions of what?
73,000 had criminal charges or convictions in the US.
Right, right. Because I think Renee Good
Okay.
and,
So,
Alice Purdy were I think
let's
they were
just
domestic terrorists, so I think,
let's just
you
let
know,
them
that's it.
stay because we wanna feel good. I mean, come on. I mean,
I'm just
you
saying,
know,
when you gotta define what a crime is, you can't go there, "Oh, they're a domestic
they've been
terrorist." Where then?
convicted of
Like you playing
a
Monopoly,
crime.
like,
They've been convicted
free
of a crime
cash on
already.
parking, free parking, right?
Okay, well, let's just give them free healthcare, and let's just give them a stipend every month, and let's just raise your taxes to pay for it. How's about that?
So let me ask a question. So you said 47% that were detained had a criminal record,
That are
correct?
in custody as of January 16th of this year.
So they
of
had 73,000 people in custody, and
as of
40% of those had a
January.
criminal record.
40.
47% had criminal
Percent.
charges or convictions in
Did
the
you say
US.
47?
7%.
That's high?
So
Is that a big number?
that
30
is kind of a big
to
number.
73.
Well, what happened to the rest of them? What happened to the other 53% of those people that were in custody? Did they say what they were in custody for? Was it little kids? Was it little kids separated from their parents? Was it brother, sister, grandma, grandpa? What about those other 53% of those individuals?
The numbers don't specify the severity of criminal records, which range from serious felonies to misdemeanors and immigration related offenses.
Come on.
Immigrate what does that mean, though?
53% are classified as immigration violators, meaning that they have neither criminal convictions nor pending charges and are held solely for civil immigration violations, such as illegal entry or visa overstays. So basically, your policy is, it's no big deal. Just let them all come in. Then let's just close all the ports of
Nah.
entry and let's just become Europe and let people kind of float all over. Why do you think the UK went through Brexit? Because they didn't like the free flow of people just roaming into their country. They didn't know really who they were. And look
And that
what
worked
the disaster that
very
was.
well for them. That
It
worked
did not
great
work
for
well
them.
for them. It did not
It
work
did
well for
not work
them.
for great for them. All I'm saying, if you're so strong on the border, then you do your job on the border. I'm fine. But don't come in trying to tear up American communities and families and people that are ingrained in, okay, they then all the paperwork's not going. They're taking people out who are trying to get their paperwork together, who do have court dates, and they don't
I don't
quite
have a problem
quite
with people that are going through due process.
but they're
I don't
going
have a
through and
problem.
they're about to get to the finish line and they're yanking them out of the line.
Show me what's the number. Show me your numbers.
I don't need
Prove it.
numbers. You see it with your eyes. You see it
Okay.
with your eyes. You
Okay.
see it with your eyes.
So you've done your fact checking just by watching CNN and MS Now. Okay, got it.
I don't care. One is too many. I
Okay.
don't need 3.
Well,
I don't
come
need
let them
4.
stay at your house.
Hey.
Be a good citizen. Come on. Let me stay at your place.
And they're gonna help out the community. Like I said, I got a community full of I got Asians, I got Somalians, I got Mexicans, I got everybody.
Yeah.
So
Put them to work, have 'em cut
under
your
your
grass
thing,
and
it's okay. It's okay to for ICE to drive down my street to be like, let's look for the Mexican dude because he's the one that might be the most likely to commit a crime or be a violator of border
well, as I go
whatever
back to the fiscal
immigration.
year 2024 numbers, 66% were from Mexico, 8.7 Honduras, 5.8 from Guatemala. What do they all have in common? They're dark
I
skinned.
don't know.
It's just a fact. I don't have any problem with that. I love
What is
nice
it?
skinned people.
What's a commonality?
They're dark.
You didn't hear?
Right. They're dark. And that scares people. I'm scared.
Well, you know what? Then I can't help. That's the fact of what your skin color is. But those are the people
I'm
coming up
scared.
from the South. Now, if it was the reverse and it was all people from Canada, they all be blended in here. I mean, come on, man. You
Oh,
guys
they wouldn't be
cannot,
blending in here. No, they wouldn't be blending in. They would cause
not
trouble
in your
too.
neighborhood.
No, my neighborhood is all light skinned.
Well,
So
you're
let's do
Yes,
this.
I am, because I have a darker tan than the rest of them. So I do stand out.
This is bigger than our show. So I want the 3 of you, me included, as the 3. Nando, Cove presented a case. He says, I'm cool with them disrupting American communities as long as we get out the illegals that are the bad people. What's your verdict?
I think he used a blanket statement, probably from Fox News, and he tried to apply it everywhere because his numbers showed 53% of these individuals were doing the right thing. They may came here illegally, but they're paying taxes, they're working jobs that none of the Americans want to work, and they're staying out of trouble. And the only reason they got arrested, 53% of 73,000 got arrested, is because of their skin color. Now, as a dark man who's been living with this for 400 years, I get it. I
You
understand.
400?
And I still don't like it.
400, man. That's a long time. These are numbers from the ICE government website. This is not
That's
from
awesome.
Fox
That's awesome.
News.
All right.
This is
That's
from the
awesome.
federal government. These aren't my feelings, as you
Yes.
guys with your cosmopolitan mentality regarding this subject.
I would say my verdict is I agree with you. Show enough. Show you right. but it's all about the execution because I think historically we know how it goes. Let's make a statement. Do you don't like crime? Do you like murderers? No. Do you like rapists? No. You know who's committing it? Those guys over there. So now we can do a dragnet for everybody to look like those guys, knowing that we have it rampant throughout our society. My problem is the whole dragnet. People you identify a specific characteristic, and then you're gonna drag that up,
You
because
don't
then you
like
can
the
move on. Then you're gonna
methodology.
move on to the next person. You're gonna move on to the next group, and you're gonna move on to the next group.
You
So,
don't like the methodology, so,
I
okay.
don't like the
That's alright.
methodology.
They can work on the methodology, but the premise is, there's millions of them here, and they need to go. That's it. I'm out.
Alright. Well, people, you heard it. That's our thoughts. Tell us what you think in the comments and follow us. But thank you for joining season 2. We got more stuff in store. We got a new format. We might invite some of y'all to get brothers cross-examined. But in the meantime, look left, look right. The Brothers Crossing. We're back. Night.